Welcome to Proven and Probable, where we focus on metals, mining, and more. I'm your host, Maurice Jackson. Today, we will be discussing a company that has established itself as one of the preeminent names in the natural resource space, displaying the virtues of proven management, the ability to generate organic growth with ongoing procurement, sales, and royalty generation of massive global district-scale land packages. I'm speaking of Eurasian Minerals, the royalty generator, trading on the TSX Venture EMX and on the New York Stock Exchange EMX. Joining us today is the President, CEO, and Director of Eurasian Minerals, Mr. David Cole. Thank you for joining us today, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Happy to be here.
Full disclosure, we are proud shareholders of Eurasian Minerals for the virtues we will be conveying today, as we are truly excited about the value proposition for Eurasian Minerals. Now, for investors joining us for the first time, Proven and Probable began sharing the value proposition of Eurasian Minerals about 8 months ago, and the stock has tripled since then. And this is due largely in part to the proven management of Eurasian Minerals and their determination to create value for shareholders through their royalty portfolio. Now, we believe the market has not come close to distinguishing the value proposition of Eurasian Minerals, and as we will address some of these catalysts, we believe we will continue to see an increase in their value for shareholders. But Proven and Probable is not alone in recognizing the value proposition before us. Legendary investor Rick Rule of Sprott Global Resource Investments has hand-selected Eurasian Minerals to be one of the featured exhibitors at the Sprott Natural Resource Symposium, which is quite the distinction because this, in essence, is the golden seal of approval and puts Eurasian Minerals in an elite group. David, please share with investors how Eurasian Minerals has accomplished this highly acclaimed recognition year after year.
You're very kind, Maurice, and I'm happy to talk about it. It's one of my favorite things to talk about, and about how we've put together the Eurasian Minerals and the people involved and our unique and very interesting business model. So, our business model is royalty generation, and we do that by acquiring large tracts of mineral real estate around the world, adding value through astute geological advancement and modeling, and then selling those assets and maintaining a royalty and carried positions and other payment forms that come to us as those projects are advanced by the owners and partners therein. To augment the portfolio of organic growth, we also occasionally buy royalties, and we feel that that's a very powerful combination, to be able to occasionally buy a royalty whilst maintaining a strong organic growth of property portfolios around the world. And that combination works well for us. It's the business model that we've designed and tweaked over time, and that I'm quite passionate about.
Now, Mr. Cole, we're delighted to have you on our show today to discuss some very important topics regarding the merits of Eurasian Minerals and how investors can participate by becoming a shareholder. Let's begin with the basics, shall we? Please share with listeners that are not familiar with the concept, what is a prospect generator?
Yeah, prospect generation business model, Maurice, is a very interesting business model where you leverage one's geological talents and one's knowledge of exploration history within a geological terrain or a region of the world into property ownership. So let's say we feel that the geology is prospective in a certain area. We go out and we acquire the mineral rights through staking of claims or exploration licenses with governments, etc. We then add value by doing geological surveys and enhancing the geological knowledge of that property, and then advertise that to major companies and well-funded junior companies that are looking for exploration opportunities to be able to increase their resource base within their companies through the discovery process. And then we sell those projects on to those companies subject to various terms, such as cash payments or share payments or payments tied to advancement of the project. And then always we have a production royalty on the back end of the deal. So when the project goes into production, we receive a percentage of the gross proceeds which come off that property. And it's a very, very powerful model.
Yeah, Eurasian Minerals has truly earned the distinction in the natural resource space as being the royalty generator by utilizing the three-pronged approach which you've alluded to here in this discussion so far. Can you just elaborate just a little bit further on the process which has been a proven formula for success?
So one of the aspects that I believe has proven us as being successful is the ability to also buy royalties and add that to our portfolio and leapfrog the slow but accretive process of organic growth. And we did that through the acquisition of the Leeville royalty, which is paying very nicely and giving us monies to fund our organic growth around the world. We also make strategic investments, and the best example of a significant strategic investment that Eurasian Minerals has on the books today is our investment in IG Copper, which is advanced in a very large copper and gold discovery in far southeastern Russia, and we're happy to be a participant in that via our share equity ownership in that company. But what actually drives, quite honestly, Maurice, the proven track record, sure, it's a good business model, and we're approaching the sector astutely, but what really drives the value growth is the people. And we just have a fantastic group of PhD level geologists from the University of Arizona and from other good schools throughout the world, excellent attorney assistants on the legal side to back us up with respect to the drafting of our deals, good commercial sense within the organization. And I have the opportunity, it's humbling in fact, to work with some very, very smart people. And they're the ones that deserve the credit and drive this business forward.
It truly is a team effort. Mr. Cole, Eurasian Minerals is a company with a global footprint with assets and royalties in over 10 countries. You mentioned one just a minute ago with the Leeville royalty property. Where is it located and what are the latest developments from there?
Yeah, so Leeville is an exciting property, and it is located in the northern portion of the Carlin Trend, which is north central Nevada. And the Carlin Trend is one of the most prolific gold producing regions in the United States, and one of the larger gold producing regions in the world. One of the major players on the Carlin Trend is the major large giant gold producer Newmont Mining Corporation, Newmont Gold Company. And Newmont operates a couple of different mines on our property there, including the Leeville mine, the Four Corners mine, Carlin East, and they're continue to develop new deposits within the footprint of our royalty. And so we receive production payments from those properties as they increase production there. Very importantly, Newmont recently completed a $300 million shaft to enhance the underground infrastructure that accesses our property.
That's quite interesting.
There's now 3 shafts that access the property. Yeah, it is very, very interesting.
Yeah. David, it takes astute leadership from the board of directors and management to have keen business skills to structure royalty agreements, such as the Leeville royalty property. But now that you've received the revenue, what will Eurasian Minerals do with the capital?
Yes, we continue to reinvest those monies into our organic growth strategy. That's a very important part of what we do. So all the monies that come into us from around the world and the various deals that we have go straight back out into acquisition of more prospective mineral rights. We've been growing the amount of prospective mineral rights that we control around the world and the number of projects that we have our fingers involved in. Right now, we have about 1.4 million acres on the books.
That's amazing. Those are district scale land packages. Now let's shift our focus abroad and move to Scandinavia, where Eurasian Minerals again made another lucrative strategic move with Boreal Metals. What can you share with us on the details on that?
Yeah, happy to. I'm quite proud of this deal, actually. So we've been in Scandinavia now for a while, specifically Norway and Sweden. And Sweden is commonly rated in the top 5 countries in the world to invest in the mining sector. We believe it's a fabulous place to work, quite geologically prospective, and excellent transparency of laws with regards to how to operate there. They have a long mining history. They have 7 smelters in the country and 17 major operating mines. And we believe it's a good place to invest for quite some time, and we've been carefully growing our portfolio of projects that we had in Sweden and Norway, utilizing our geological intelligence. And then Boreal Metals approached us, and they said they were very interested not just in one project, but in the whole portfolio. So what we did is I believe, a very good deal for Eurasian Minerals shareholders. We sold the entire portfolio as it existed at that point in time to Boreal Metals Corporation in exchange for shares in the company constituting nearly 20%, 19.9%, I believe, of the issued and outstanding share capital of the company, in addition to royalties that are tied to those properties once they go into production. So that way the Eurasian Minerals shareholder gets upside with respect to the share capital in the company that's drilling and building out those deposits, in addition to the upside of the royalty on when production begins. And we think that's a very powerful way to execute a deal. It's good for our shareholders. Very interestingly, is that we are not precluded from continuing to prospect in Scandinavia after having done that deal. So we're back out now prospecting and acquiring more properties and getting ready to do the next deal.
This is truly a win-win proposition. David, let's focus our efforts now into Eastern Russia and discuss some drill results from Malmish, which is the world-class gold copper porphyry project.
Well, we did announce some very nice drill holes, Maurice, and it's a very large ongoing discovery. These copper gold porphyry belts, this is a belt of porphyry copper systems. There's been 14 identified productive porphyry systems, and when I say porphyry, that's a fancy geology term for an igneous intrusion that's related to copper and gold mineralization. And we've identified 14 of those centers along a belt. We have a maiden inferred compliant resource that's been delineated on 4 of the 14, and we continue to drill there. And we recently announced some very, very nice drill results, including one hole that bottomed in grade. That was 747 meters at 0.49% copper equivalent, and that's quite a drill hole. Anytime you're drilling over 700 meters of grade, that's very, very interesting.
All right, David, last question. What did I forget to ask?
Well, Maurice, there's a lot to talk about when you have 1.4 million acres worldwide. One sort of tidbit within the portfolio that I like to remind folks about is the fact that we sold the Akarca project in Turkey with very favorable terms. That was a $2 million upfront payment. But after that upfront payment, we have additional payments coming in, including 500 ounces of gold bullion or the cash equivalent thereof every 6 months. So we just received $600,000 associated with that, or a little more than $600,000 for the last 6-month payment. We expect to see those payments continue, and that's very important to us, giving us money to fuel our engine of growth and our organic strategy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's structured deals such as these that exemplify why Eurasian Minerals is the royalty generator and why we are proud shareholders and will continue to deploy capital into Eurasian Minerals. David, if investors wish to get more information regarding Eurasian Minerals, please share the contact information.
Happy to. So Scott Close is our investor relations director. He's always available and happy to talk to folks. His direct line number is 303-973-8585. And then you can receive additional information at eurasianminerals.com.
And last but not least, please visit our website, www.provenandprobable.com. Through Miles Franklin Precious Metals Investments, we offer gold, silver, platinum, and palladium, self-directed IRAs, offshore storage, and safe deposit boxes, which are fully insured and secured by Brinks. The website again is www.provenandprobable.com. David Cole of Eurasian Minerals, thank you for joining us today on Proven and Probable.
Thank you for joining us today on Proven and Probable. Remember to like and subscribe for more conversations with the most respected names in the natural resource space. Check out our website at www.provenandprobable.com. The information presented on Proven and Probable is provided for educational and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice, or any other advice. You should not make any financial, investment, or trading decision based on any of the information presented without first undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or competent financial advisor.